Ascona, and Angel Correa. Gabriella Beal, John Papula. Callie Busenberry and Jorge Garcia. Zoe Bacausis and Connor Gray. Nora Chuti and Matthew Iraka. Claudia De Silva and Jaden Isabel. Nyasia Davies and Brady Lee. Jolie Desai, Aiden Leader. Shirley Escobar Rivera and Ryan Liu. Bailey Green and Vito Lopresti. Taylor James and Aiden Masterson. Oh, sorry, Aaron. Lily Jones and Aaron Mazer. Alexandria Krimmerman and Nicholas Merlino. Gianna Longo, Connor Pecci. Abigail Melanson and Devin Perez. Jasmine Ortega and Nolan Petro. Samantha Panzita, Kyer Pigum Jones. Portillo and Dylan Schwager. Katie Savanka and Justin Umana Beta. Nicole Zoolander, Amira Soto, Samuel Urban. Brianna Velasquez, Haley Wright, and Caden Vandenberg.
Please stand for the pledge. Ready? Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome parents, family members, teachers, Mrs. Gallo, and students to Langtree's 5th grade moving up ceremony. We are here to celebrate an accomplishment, a special phase in our life. Most of us have been here for 6 years and have learned many things. We grew physically, intellectually, and emotionally. Life has many pinnacles, and this is one. We are very proud of who we are and the people we have become. However, we know that life is a process. We strive to do our best, and along the way, we celebrate and pat ourselves on the back and say, good job. Change is good, and we have to remember that. In life, we have our ups and downs, we toil with problems, we laugh, we cry, and we keep our faith that we are doing what is right and kind. When we fall, we pick ourselves up and keep going in spite of adversity.
Let's remember to keep love in our hearts and kindness on our lips. We are all different, but we all have feelings. We have to count our blessings and think positively. Let's set goals and look to the future with a strong conviction to strive to do our best, not to be subject to the in crowd. Be respectful of adults and know in our hearts that drugs and violence are hurtful to us and others. We need to stand tall and say that we care about ourselves and people too much to let these bad things get in our way. Students, let's dream the dream of success and do it with love and hope in our hearts. Thank you.
I messed up
support staff. You were here for us. We thank you. You guided us and taught us to be responsible. We thank you. You taught us many things we know and instilled in us a love for learning. We thank you.
We learned to keep our chins up high and our spirits positive. We thank you. We learned to cherish friendships and know how to be a friend to others. We thank you. We learned to accept ourselves despite our faults. We thank you. We learned to respect others and to be tolerant and accepting of differences in others. We thank you. We learned to be thankful and appreciative of gifts of kindness. We thank you. These and more, we are here to say how much we appreciate all of your hard work for us. In our hearts, we will miss you, and you will forever be a special memory in our own personal histories. We may never pass these halls again, but alas, these halls will be etched in our memories forever.
Langtree School. We grew up here, we learned here, we played here. We met wonderful people here who made our journey to this point great, so memorable, so amazing. Our hearts sing out with joy and with love. Thank you.
Hello, Langtree School and parents. My name is Brady Lee, and today I graduate from 5th grade and move on to middle school. I finally finished my 6th series book on mastering the art of elementary school, each containing 365 days and 12 chapters. Phew, I did it. I've learned so much over the years, from kindergarten all the way to where I am now. Everything from 1 + 1 to 5 cubed is 125, right? My years here at Langtree started in kindergarten with Miss Smith. I'll always remember her bright, welcoming smile. She welcomed me to the school. I learned many simple things from her. One of those things was to never eat mandarin oranges again. I won't go into detail. Let's just say I kind of had a chunky accident. Miss Smith was a great teacher and with an even greater sense of humor. She was the start of my journey, and I'll always know that. After kindergarten, I moved on to 1st grade when I had Miss Crawley. Many fun things happened in 1st grade. Honestly, I always looked forward to the comfy chair. It was awesome. And while the comfy chair may have been great, holding a butterfly was even better. We went outside and we each got to hold a butterfly. Besides all the fun in 1st grade, I met Andrew Risden. Andrew was my only real reliable friend at the time, and even though he left Langtree, I see him and we talk about the good old days. In 1st grade, I grew a ton in reading, writing, and math. While my handwriting is probably the same as it was then, 1st grade climbed to the top of the list for fun. In 2nd grade, I had a blast. My teacher, Miss Schinsler, was hands down one of the best teachers I've learned from. Firstly, she advanced me in math. This is when I learned multiplication and even little division. I learned the 9th trick, which I still use, and I'll always remember when Miss Schinsler would let my friend Aiden and I watch YouTube after morning work. Furthermore, I met my second real friend, Aiden Leader. Aiden and I became best bros, and we still are now. We were buddies for projects, book reports, you name it, we did together. Also, in 2nd grade, I met many more friends, including Matthew Iraka, Kaden Vandenberg, and Nicholas Merlino. To top it all off, traveling the globe, classroom to classroom, with our suitcases and going to different countries was the coolest experience for me. In 3rd grade, I started to learn that school doesn't always have to feel like a prison. I had Miss Ahmed and Miss Cumming for different subjects. During this time, I started book reports. Although they were exciting, math had to be the best. I loved competing for a sticker in math by writing the best response to Puzzle Penguin. I won the first challenge, pat on the back to me. This same year, I was challenged to be more creative in writing and get out of my comfort zone. I also started ALPS, which has helped me become even more creative. So for me, 3rd grade was packed with tons of learning in a short amount of time. And 4th grade. This is the year I had to have had my best teacher yet. I had the amazing teacher in Miss Stacy. What I loved so much about her was her fun ways of teaching. For example, instead of boring, class, we're going to learn area, open your textbooks, Miss Stacy would say, today we're going to play an area game. Besides her fun way of teaching, I met Ryan Liu. Since Aiden Leader was no longer in my class, Ryan was my new best friend. The best part of 4th grade was math. It was my first year of Prodigy, but most of you don't know Prodigy, but it's an awesome math music game. Try it out for yourself. There's not much more I can say about 4th grade. All I can say is that it prepared me for this year. And finally, 5th grade. I admit there may have been a few bumps in the beginning, but everything since has been a smooth ride for me. This has been the best year at Langtree Elementary School. And all this is because of Miss Namor. Miss Namor, or Miss Namor as we call her, has always helped me when I struggled and always given me tips, especially in writing. I learned author's craft, point of view, narrative elements, and audience. Also math, I learned volume and formulas and things I'll always hold on to in my brain. But the best thing Miss Namor taught me this year, besides the fact that field trips were awesome, is the importance of taking a stand and being a leader, that I have the power to set the best example. Also, I learned to be unselfish and that teamwork is key. So all the way from keeping my head up when I'm down to today when I'm wrapping up my elementary memories, I'll always remember how I got here. Ultimately, I just want to dedicate these memories to everyone who's helped me these past years. Whether it's friends, families, or teachers, I just want to say thank you.
It's time, Papa said. I think it is, Mama agreed. Time for what? Audrey asked. Papa's voice softened, to share some wisdom.
Always be on the lookout.
For a new friend.
Look for beauty wherever you are and keep the memory of it with you.
Blend in when you need to. Stand out when you have the chance.
Find your own way. You don't have to follow the crowd.
Know when to speak. Know when to listen.
No matter how you look at it,
there is so much to discover.
if you make a wrong turn, circle back.
If something gets in your way,
Move around it.
set aside some quiet time to relax and reflect every day.
Appreciate art.
It's all around you.
Make wishes on the stars in the nighttime sky.
Thank you for listening, Mama said. We hope you will remember. Papa winked and whispered, we know this is a lot for you to think about. Audrey did a backward somersault and smiled. He was excited to go out into the world with what he had just learned. Wait for me, he shouted to his friends.
Before he swam away, he turned back to his parents and said, I will remember. Mama kissed Audrey on the top of his head. There's only one you in this great big world, she said.
Make it a better place.
My amazing memories at Langtree all started on my first day of kindergarten. I had Mrs. O, who is now Miss Namor. Every morning, we would stand on the carpet and rap the season songs or sing the months to the Macarena. When I was down, Mrs. Namor would pick me up, and I don't know what I'm going to do without her. She taught me to be a kind and caring person. When the next year came along, I got Mrs. Crawley. We always used to sit on the carpet and read big books and make connections. My amazing best friend that year, Brianna Velasquez, was always there by my side. We would do everything together. We used to play on the playground with Claudia, Nolan, and Nick and pretend that we were making a movie. Brianna used to always be the director. She taught me to read and remember how to spell my spelling and sight words. The next year for second grade, I got Mrs. Schinsler. We used to make a lot of cool and creative writings. My favorite is the All About Me shoe and our rainbow of colors. Miss Schinsler taught me some of my multiplication and division equations. The next year, I got Mrs. Cumming for my third grade teacher. I love all the book reports we did and all the interesting jobs we had. My favorite job was mayor. I especially love that she treated us like her own. She taught me how to make my writings a masterpiece, and I still can't thank her enough. For fourth grade, I was supposed to have Mrs. Hurst, but due to her injury, Mrs. DeGrazia took her place. I loved when Mrs. DeGrazia would say, Holy Hannah Banana and Holy Crow Batman. I love how we got character coupons and auctioned things off. I loved math with Miss Stacy. We could always connect between our love for softball. This year, I got Mrs. Rodriguez. She is nice, funny, a coffee lover, and an amazing teacher. I loved how she would always play kickball with us. This year, a helicopter came to Langtree. It was a lot of fun to learn about helicopters and their fun jobs as pilots. We enjoyed going on all our trips, especially Funplex. This year, we learned tons and tons of amazing things, and now every teacher will always have a part of my heart. They got me ready for middle school, and now thanks to them, I believe I am ready. I would like to thank all my teachers for making me who I am and getting me ready for middle school. I would especially like to thank Mrs. Gallo for giving me all these wonderful memories. I can't thank everybody enough for making my Langtree experience the best one ever, especially all my friends who helped me along the way.
have a little poem we wanted to read as a word of encouragement for our awesome kids. Students, you're not kids anymore. All right, so this is for you guys. It Couldn't Be Done. This is a poem by Edgar Albert Guest. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face. If he worried, he hid it. He started to sing as he tackled a thing that couldn't be done, and he did it.
Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one ever has done it." But he took off his coat and he took off his hat, and the first thing we knew, he'd begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quit it, he started to sing as he tackled that thing that couldn't be done, but he did it.
There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you, one by one, the dangers that will assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start in to sing as you tackle that thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Class of 2018, we love you.
President. Right now I'd like to take a couple minutes and acknowledge our outgoing fifth grade families. These are the families who are attending their final moving up ceremony today. Can I get a couple of the kids to help run the roses out? Right. To the family of Nyasha Davies. To the family of Samantha Penzita. To the family of John Babula. To the family of Callie Goosenberry. If you could just raise your hand so we know who to go to. To the family of Nora Sathi. Suthi. To the family of Claudia De Silva. To the family of Jorge Garcia. To the family of Matthew Iraca. To the family of Alexandria Kramerman. To the family of Ryan Liu. To the family of Aiden Masterson. To the family of Aaron Mercer. To the family of Amira Soto. To the family of Haley Wright. To the family of Gabriella Theo. To the family of Angel Correa. To the family of Jaden Isabel. To the family of Gianna Longo. To the family of Vito Lopresti. To the family of Abigail Melanson. To the family of Jasmine Ortega. To the family of Connor Pecci. To the family of Nolan Petro Graguski. To the family of Kaylee Portillo. To the family of Dylan Schwager. To the family of Nicole Zoolander. And last but not least, to the family of Brianna Velasquez. I just wanted to say thank you to all awesome parents that I've had the privilege of working with over the past so many years. Really appreciate it, and good luck to the class of 2018. Next year at Crockett, we're going to have a great PTA, and Denise Soto is going to be the president of Crockett PTA next year. Please come out to meetings, please. Your children really need you in middle school. You may not think that they do, but believe me, my oldest is going into 8th grade next year, and believe me, those kids need you more than ever. They need you to come to meetings, they need you to be involved. That's really all I have to say about that, so thank you. Goodbye.
really hot in here, so thank you for joining us today. Not complaining too much. We're almost towards the end of our ceremony. I will tell you that this is the longest part of our ceremony, our awards presentations. The kids will get awards from all over the place. So Mrs. Namor and I are going to start because we only have two. So we did every year in the 5th grade, actually 4th and 5th grade, take a math contest test, and the top 2 winners get a certificate for winning that award. In 4th grade, they give them their certificates in the classroom. Here we have the honor of presenting the winners here. So it's a really hard test. It's actually a 5th and 6th grade test. They only have 30 minutes to complete it. We just tell them, do your best and see what you know, and what you don't know, you can just skip. So we actually have 2 winners today. Our top scorer was Brady Lee. Congratulations. And our second place scorer was Ryan Liu. For the rest of the awards, you can, do you want them to clap or wait until you're, if you could just hold your applause until we're done each set of awards, and students, you can just have a seat, because it's going to be hot standing. So we'll go through each separate award and just pass out as students get them. Unfortunately, because as you can see, Mrs. Zukas has a huge stack, and that's just her stack. We have another stack over there. So if you could take pictures afterward, you can try to take pictures, but we're not going to call the students to the front. They're just going to get their awards sitting down.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Ms. Zukas, I'm the school counselor here at Langtree. I have quite a few awards to give out. I'm going to try to move as quickly as possible because I know it's very hot here. The first set of awards that we're going to present are called the Presidential Awards. The first few are for excellence. These students earned at least 90% of the 1st through 3rd trimesters of 4th grade and the 1st and 2nd trimesters of 5th grade, as well as 3rd and 4th. These students also earned 2 years of high achievement in math and ELA on the PARC test. So they worked really, really hard throughout 3rd, 4th, and 5th to earn these. I have Claudia De Silva, Brady Lee, and Ryan Liu. The next set are, again, presidential awards, but this is for achievement. These students demonstrated significant student growth in the areas of academics, standardized tests, attendance, or character. I have Gabrielle Veal, Nora Chuti, Taylor James, Lily Jones, Alexandria Krimmerman, Aiden Leader, Gianna Longo, Connor Petching, Dylan Schwager, Katie Simonka, Nicole Zulander, Samuel Urban, Brianna Velasquez, and Haley Wright. Okay, so the last and 3rd set of presidential awards, these are specifically for character and growth. These students just showed academic progress and also upheld our character mission. Erica Escona, John Babula, Matthew Iraka, Abigail Melanson, Jasmine Ortega, Devin Perez, Nolan Petro, Kaylee Portillo, Amira Soto, Kaden Vandenberg, Naisha Davies, and Samantha Panzita. You may clap. Perfect attendance. We have 2 students from each 5th grade class. I have Ryan Liu and Amira Soto, Aiden Leader, and Nolan Petro. The next set of awards, we have 3 different ones. They are given to our PALS bus patrols and safety patrols for maintaining their job responsibilities throughout the entire school year, as well as upholding their academic standards and promoting positive character towards our school climate. So for PALs, I have John Mavola, Gabriella Gill, Kelly Busenberry, Nora Chuti, Claudia De Silva, Jolie Desai, Shirley Escobar Rivera, Matthew Iraca, Taylor James, Lily Jones, Brady Lee, Aiden Leader, Ryan Liu, Vito Lopresti, Aiden Masterson, Aaron Mazer, Nicholas Merlino, Jasmine Ortega, Kaylee Portillo, Katie Samanka, Amira Soto, I have quite a bit, Kaden Vandenberg, Brianna Velasquez, and Haley Wright. Those are our pals. Now for bus patrol. Erica Escona, Callie Busenberry, Jolie Desai, Shirley Escobar Rivera, Taylor James, Lily Jones, Alexandria Krimmerman, Brady Lee, Aaron Mazer, Nicholas Merlino, Devin Perez, Kaylee Portillo, Samuel Urban, Kaden Vandenberg, and Brianna Velasquez. And now for the last set from me is our safety patrol. We have John Mavola, Claudia De Silva, Nora Chuti, Matthew Iraca, Ryan Blue, Gianna Longo, Aiden Masterson, Jasmine Ortega, Dylan Schwager, Katie Samanka, Nicole Zoolander, Amira Soto, and Haley Wright.
Good morning, my name is Sandy Anzolini. I am the string teacher here at Langtree, so I teach the orchestra students. I'm also going to be starting with awards from Miss Lackett, who is our band teacher. So this award is for participation in the Langtree band. Bailey Green, Brady Lee, Aaron Mazer, Kaylee Portillo, Jasmine Ortega, Sam Urban, Callie Busenberry, Brianna Velasquez, and Dylan Schwager. This next set of awards is for the students that were selected to be in the Hamilton Honors Band. We had a very nice concert last week at the War Memorial Theater in Trenton. So they are commended for their outstanding musicianship. Brady Lee, Aaron Mazer, Kaylee Portillo, Jasmine Ortega, Sam Urban, Brianna Velasquez, and Dylan Schwager. So for the orchestra awards, I'm going to start, these students are going to get certificates for participation in the Langtree Orchestra. Shirley Escobar Rivera, Nicole Schulander, and Amira Soto. And then I have these next couple of students, they get a participation award for the Langtree Orchestra, but also they were in the Hamilton Honors Orchestra last week. Connor Gray and Alexandria Krimmerman. And then these last two students, they get the Langtree Participation Award for Orchestra. They were in the Hamilton Honors Orchestra. And they were also selected to be in the Central Jersey Music Educators Association Elementary Honors Orchestra. So they were selected from the whole central part of New Jersey. And we spent a day in April together in Lawrence Township, and they gave a beautiful concert. Ryan Liu and Gianna Longo.
That's okay, I'll just hold. I'm not that tall, I'm not that short. The last award the boys and girls are going to get is, all of you boys and girls are going to get a Principal's Award from Mrs. Gallo for your great work this year in 5th grade and for graduating from elementary school. So congratulations to all of you. It is my pleasure to address you this morning at an event that you have waited for all year. As we know, life has its turning points, the critical points in our lives which we celebrate, where we grew, where we challenged ourselves and made important accomplishments and changed for the better. Today is one of those turning points for you. Talking to all you guys, you listening good? Okay, good. Boys and girls, you came into kindergarten at 5 years old and grew up within these walls. You expanded your minds and matured socially, emotionally, and academically. My message to you today is about what you need to take with you into your future. Just as you were taught to tie your shoes, read and write, to solve math problems and understand science concepts and events in history, so must you learn and develop qualities of character that are valued by your family, school, and the community in which you live. I feel better talking to you. Throughout the years at Langtree, you were involved in character-building activities that taught respect, responsibility, caring, trustworthiness, fairness, and citizenship. Take these pillars of character with you as you leave Langtree and reflect on who you are as individuals and how you can make a difference in your own life, your community, and your world. If you think back into our country's history, we see that it only takes one person to make a difference in the world. Be that one person. Everyone has a dream in which we hope will come true for you. Together we worked hard to begin to make that dream come true. Your teachers, every one of them throughout the years, tried to help you reach your potential. Many of you were able to do that. Others may need more time. Your parents and your families have also helped you along these elementary years, giving you encouragement, assistance, teaching you to value your education and to do the best you can do. It is up to you. We have given you the foundation you need to move ahead and continue your dreams. Take time to reflect on those memories you hold from Langtree and use them to make that dream a reality for yourself. This year, our school theme was Growth Mindset. Through this mindset, we hope we have taught you to realize that your mind is capable of growing as much as you want it to. It's about having the drive, the inner yearning that will lead you to where you want to be someday. You saw in videos the struggles of many successful people. Albert Einstein didn't speak until he was 4, and his parents were told he wouldn't amount to anything. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard and had a failing business. Oprah Winfrey was fired as a news anchor and was told she was not fit for TV. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper company because he lacked imagination. And J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, was bankrupt and living off of welfare when she wrote her first book. These are examples of people who chose to use their growth mindset and let other outside things affect what they did in their lives. You have the ability to do the same. Keep thinking positive and remember that your growth mindset can lead you to wherever you want to go. Boys and girls, as you move on to your middle school, your universe becomes more diverse. You will make many new friends. You, along with students, staff, teachers, administrators, and families, will work cooperatively together and make new connections as you create a new school community. And yes, they will help you to continue developing your dream. So I close on this message, boys and girls. Take the pillars of character into your future. along with your growth mindset. Be compassionate, honest, and thoughtful. Stand up for your principles. Care about others. Act responsibly and make sound moral choices. Also, never forget that you are a Langtree star. You are a unique and special person. Whether your new school will be Reynolds, Grice, or Crockett, you will certainly shine. Continue to make me proud. Congratulations and best wishes for happiness and success as you move on. Follow your dreams and know that there will always be a special place in my heart for each one of you. Good luck, and remember, character is what you say and do when no one is looking. Thank you, boys and girls, for listening.
Okay, so 6 years ago, I was anxious as I waited with this guitar wrapped around my neck for my first ever kindergarten class to enter my music room. Honestly, I was much more than a little nervous or anxious. I was a wreck, but I covered it with a smile on my face. How am I going to be responsible for 20 or so 5-year-old students, let alone actually teach them something new? As those little kindergartners started entering the room, and as I saw their endless excitement and pure smiles, all fear and anxiety went away. Their smiles and their excitement helped me overcome my anxiety. Turns out they actually taught me a lesson before I ever started teaching them anything. They taught me to take chances and to have fun while doing it. So here I am 6 years later with the same guitar wrapped around my neck, anxious but full of excitement and sentiment. I know this class will occupy a very special place in my heart. And even though we had ups and downs and sometimes sideways, I will always think of them very fondly. So please forgive me as I anxiously butcher the next song. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your filthy, but always have that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. Hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give fate a fighting chance. And when you get a choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. Hope you dance. Hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give fate a fighting chance. And when you get a choice to sit it out or dance, hope you dance. Hope you dance. Hope you dance.
that. Can we give him one more round of applause? I'm sorry. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. I didn't create any formal speech. I'm just gonna talk from the heart for a second. You may or may not have heard that Mrs. Rodriguez is moving on, not leaving us, but she's just taking a temporary visit to middle school. She'll be back. High school, she'll be back. So if you I know she's had, your guys and then even some of your children in the past, if you just give her like one more round of applause for her service here. So Erica's just been, for me, you guys know, coming back after maternity leave. And you're probably like, what? You're not there yet. This is number 2. But I taught kindergarten and came back to teaching 5th grade this year, a little bit overwhelmed. First baby, and just had the absolute blessing of working with Erica. I'm not gonna cry because the hormones are just there. But it's been, she totally carried me through the whole entire year, from lesson planning to tips to pep talks in the morning. And I know she does the same with all of your children, same exact thing. Just an example, this morning I walked into breakfast on my desk, just for no reason. You can see she ran around so I could just sit and relax and be pregnant over here. 2 examples, and it's only 11 o'clock, of the type of person that she is. So she's way more than my partner. Even though I only had her for a year, she's become such a dear friend and family to me. And the way I see her interact with your children, I just admire her so much. And I know we'll miss her here at Langtree. We're so thankful for her service and her time. And I'm just thankful to have you as my friend for the whole year. So I wanted to thank you.
So when we ask the kids, what do you think of when you think of Mrs. Rodriguez? When we asked them a second time, we got some better answers, right? They came up with adjectives to describe her. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a wordle, but a wordle is when you put a bunch of words together into some type of shape or picture. And this is for you, and you're gonna see this projected, right? Okay, and the kids are gonna come down and they're gonna share with you the word that first came to mind when we said, describe Mrs. Rodriguez, okay? And you are many things, and we love you so much.
You're all of these things and many, many more, but we wanted to make you laugh. Maybe cry.
Beautiful, wonderful, outstanding, sweet, loving, amazing, extraordinary, intelligent, phenomenal,
Fun.
unique, caring, wonderful, amusing,
Hilarious.
spunky, treacherous, awesome, passionate, lovely, enthusiastic, humorous, courageous, awesome, funny, fantastic, super, sensational, sweet, loved, joyful, hilarious, coffee lover, motivational, loving, delightful, amazing, great, outstanding, determined, superior,
terrific, smart, funny.
Erica, we thank you, we love you, we miss you. That made me cry, and I'm not a crier. I just want to say thank you to everyone, my families that I've had when I taught 3rd grade. I've had many of you, and I want to say thank you to my last elementary school class. And I want you to always remember that I love you. Even if I was really hard on you, I did it because I love you, and I know that you're all going to be awesome one day. And I hope that you remember me when you're awesome, and you just think maybe I helped you be just that little bit more awesome than you are already. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, parents, for joining us.